Hello, my name is Hugh, call sign Ding Hunting. Been a CJ6 owner for 3 years this summer. That's my gray one behind me. Thank you, Ocho. This is my first attempt using my first ever time to use iMovie, and my first attempt at making a maintenance video for the Red Stars. So here goes nothing. So since owning the airplane, I've decided to take on a system every year and overhaul or replace it. My first year, I replaced all the oil lines and overhauled the oil cooler, installed an oil filter. I replaced all my firewall one-way check valves with the swage-lock valves, thanks to the valuable information provided on the Red Star website on how to do that. This year, I had some starting issues, so I disassembled my QDF1 start valve, cleaned it out, and it was so nasty I decided to overhaul all 8 of my one-way check valves that are located on the 3 landing gear and the flaps. So there's 2 per landing gear and 2 on the flaps, 1 for the down circuit, 1 for the up circuit, for a total of 8 valves. These valves all have 3 fittings on them. Most of them have B-nuts on all 3. 2, no, I take that back, 3 of them, 1 on the nose gear and both flap ones. The center connector doesn't have a B-nut on it, so it's a male fitting. So they have different part numbers, but when you call Doug Sapp and order the overhaul kit for the one-way check valves, it's all the same part number. Before attempting this project, it's not that hard, but I would highly recommend that you have a second set of jack stands, because when you're done and you put all these valves back in, you're going to want to pressurize your system and check for leaks. You can leave the airplane on the ground for the down circuit and the flaps, because nothing's going to happen. Gear's selected down, you open up the air bottle, and you poke around in all 3 landing gear wells and listen for leaks, and you can run your flap up and down and listen for leaks. But to check the up circuit, which you're going to want to do, put the airplane up on jack stands and select gear up and listen for leaks on the up circuit. If no leaks, job well done. But anyways, without further ado, here's my video I made at the hangar the other day. One-way check valve overhaul video. There's 8 of these one-way check valves in your Nanchang CJ6. Most of them are this T with a female fitting. There is one on the nose gear that has a male fitting, doesn't have this part on it. So there's 2 different part numbers on these one-way check valves, but according to Doug Sapp, the overhaul kit is the same for all of them. And I have the empty bag here. There's the overhaul kit, H25509-2. Comes with a stainless steel spring, which the original Chinese spring is regular old steel, so it's going to rust. This was just a project after I did my start valve, found out how gooped up it was. I started looking at all my check valves, and they're all spray painted over. I don't know what this thing's focusing on, and it didn't look like they've been serviced in quite some time, and I was right. So I'm taking out the check valves one at a time, and I take a picture of the orientation in the airplane on the landing gear. When you get up in the wheel wells, you can see where the main ones are. They look like this. The nose gear, you'll have to open up one of the side panels on your forward fuselage to access the upper one. The lower one, you just get on a creeper and you access it from underneath the airplane. But they're pretty simple to get off. This is the end of the valve. That's the booger. You're going to need a bench vise, probably, if it's like mine. Put that in there tight. You're going to need a cheater bar. And actually, we're using a spark plug wrench that fits it. It's a 7/8. I believe that's a 22. I don't have a 22-inch deep socket, but the 7/8 fits perfect. But anyways, so this one I've already broken loose, and let me, I'm holding the camera with one hand and unscrewing with the other, and we're going to take this valve apart, and you're going to see how nasty these things are. Mine's all gooped up. That plunger in there is supposed to move freely in and out. Mine are frozen. I'm shocked that my landing gear actually went up and down at all. There's nasty green goop in there. The overhaul kit includes a new washer, so you got to pull that old crush washer out. And let me show you what the guts. So I've already done several. There's the old crush washer I just wanted to get out. Green, gooey, sticky, nasty. I had to destroy the little rubber end on that stopper and get some needle nose in there to pull the plunger out. But literally, it goes in there like that orientation with this little rubber nubbin sticking out on the end. And you can see that rubber nubbin on this one I haven't disassembled yet. It takes some elbow grease, some needle nose pliers. I pried that little rubber piece out on the last one. Quit focusing down there. And so I was able to pull the rubber out of the middle, and that way I was able to get the vise grips. I'll show you. See, it gave me enough to work with. I could get the vise grips on that. Let me put that over here. So I could get the vise grips in there and pull that valve out. And then you look at one of these rags, all that green, gooey, nasty. I got a little bitty flat-bladed screwdriver and wedged this towel with some mineral spirits on it, and wedge that towel in the valve body here once I get that plunger out, and get all that nasty goo out. I mean, this was green, sticky, gummy. Like I said, if yours haven't been serviced, and I think I heard somebody mention 5 years, every 5 years they rebuild theirs or service them. But Doug sells these overhaul kits. You'll need 8 of them, and I got it set somewhere else. Don't forget to use your air tool thread sealant. I got that tip from you guys on thread sealer. So before you put all that together, you put this air tool thread sealer. I use the Loctite 545, found on Amazon, pretty cheap. Put that on all the threads before we put the assembly back together. And what I did was, when I put the new valve body in there and I screwed the end on, you know, obviously you got the little hole for all your air lines to go, and I took some Marvel air tool oil and I dribbled just a little bit inside each valve. After I reassembled it, I dribbled in all 3 of the orifices just to put a little lubricant in there. And again, the last thing is, it's a one-way check valve, so you want to make sure you take a picture of the orientation. I'm actually taking these out of the airplane one at a time and rebuilding them, and then putting them back. That way I don't have all 8 sitting on the bench and I go over the airplane and, whoa, oh crap, which is the orientation. So I've been taking a picture before I take it out, disassemble it, clean it up, verify my picture, and put it back in the airplane. It's not a hard job, it's just fiddly. And it's not too terribly expensive for the overhaul kits that comes with all the new guts. Again, I got them on a different bag, but these are all brand new in Doug's kit with stainless steel springs and new crush washers to go in your valve body. That's it, your one-way check valve overhaul, done by a rookie, but I think I'm fairly mechanically inclined, and this is coming out really good so far. So I think it's been a good service. Thanks a lot.